Hi there, I'm Justin Pritchard. This is the Mitsubishi RVR, and in most regards, it is a brand new 10-year-old vehicle. And in this video, we'll take a closer look at how this popular compact crossover has been freshened up a little for model year 2020. A common sight on Canadian roads, Mitsubishi has sold over 1 million of these globally since its launch, with about 54,000 of those being in Canada, including over 6,200 in 2018 alone. And for 2020, well, another update for this thrifty little Explorer that just keeps on keeping on. The RVR has been around for a decade now, and other than some skin-deep tweaks over the years, what's beneath has remained largely the same. This year's refresh brings a total redo of its front end, with an upscale new fascia and a serious new stare for a more prominent presence on the road. Match that up with new paint colors and wheels this year too. Inside, there's a new and larger central touchscreen interface with enhanced connectivity, including Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. And there are these slick new suede feel seats with awesome red accent stitching, and beyond that, it's mostly just a light recalibrating of trim grades and equipment levels. My tester got heated seats, blind spot monitoring, automatic climate control, push-button start, and this bright and easy-to-read cluster with plenty of customization possible from the driver computer at the touch of a single button. The touch of another single button does something I really like too. This is the control toggle switch for the all-wheel drive system, which Mitsubishi calls all-wheel control, or AWC. And one of this system's benefits is that you get to call some of the shots. So interestingly, this is one of the only small crossovers to give you such a high degree control over its all-wheel drive system. Using this button down here, you can put it in four-wheel drive auto, which works just like all-wheel drive, no decision making. Another tap gives you four-wheel drive lock, and that's good for slippery conditions. And notably, you can also turn the all-wheel drive off in a two-wheel drive mode if you want to save a little bit of fuel. And importantly, that auto setting is the default, so you will always have additional traction whenever you need it. You'll always have the information, media, or contact that you need when you need it too, if you plug in and fire up Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. These are must-have features for many shoppers because you get incredibly easy access to your phone's maps, media, contacts, and more on screen just using your voice. And if you don't have a compatible smartphone, then this is what you get instead. The display is disappointing, and most strip mall ATMs have better graphics. Some of the nearby controls and stocks are starting to show their age as well. Most controls and switchgear are logical and easy to find and operate, though shoppers after the most up-to-date cabin styling for their dollars may have better choices. Elsewhere, 4 grown-ups may feel a little cramped, though 2 adults and 2 kids should have adequate room. At 5'10", I could sit in the rear behind myself with enough room but nothing much extra. Many cross-shopping shoppers will find the RVR to feel a touch more spacious than some competitors, adequately roomy where others might feel a little bit cramped. Entry and exit are mostly handled with an easy lateral butt slide into your perch, no drama. Getting in and out on a busy day of errands shouldn't cause you any stress. And back cargo volume is adequate as well, more is available with the rear seats folded. Front seat headroom is fine for average adults, but taller folks may be left wanting. Also, anyone approaching above average legginess may wish for a longer seat cushion. These can feel just a touch too short under your thighs. The ride is set about midway between stiff and squishy and imparts a durable feel without crashing into bumps. Even on worst-case scenario roads, it works hard to keep the ride from degrading into chaos and usually succeeds. A few shoppers may wish for a softer ride, but I figure that most will appreciate the solid and dense feel that's maintained well, even if the suspension is getting kicked around. On better roads, drivers after a comfortable ride that's not too soft will like what's going on. Little bit of wind noise on the highway, but nothing crazy. The ride is well behaved. It's an easygoing drive for the most part here. Around town, the RVR feels great. Its eager steering, small-ish size, and large-ish engine enable properly zippy moves in traffic and easy sauntering through parking lots. My tester got the larger of 2 available power plants. Standard is a 2-liter with 148 horses. Mine got the 2.4, making it 168, with the MyVec timing system helping to optimize fuel efficiency. Saving fuel is also the job of the RVR's CVT transmission, which has no gears. Mostly it just keeps the engine at very low revs or a rolling boil as you accelerate gently up to speed. More throttle gets you more revs and more pickup, and there's no shifting ever, so that's very smooth, and at times it's also more responsive. Most drivers will find the RVR scoots along just fine, provided you're not too shy with that throttle pedal. brakes. Not as impressive, the pedal feels fairly numb, and you need to smash on it fairly hard to see the brakes start to get serious. Again, like the throttle, lots of pedal required, and stopping distances seem about average. And I'm sorry I don't have nighttime footage this time around, but those LED headlights are really good after dark, with lots of clean and focused light. There's a good chance that you're interested in this very time-tested machine because you're not a fan of excessive fanciness. If you're a skip-the-gadgets type, and I know you're out there, you'll probably like that the fanciest kit in here, aside from those great headlights, is blind spot monitoring and automatic climate control. Pricing? Call it a few bucks under 30 grand for my SEL tester with all-wheel drive, and if you're after the best 30 grand crossover interior or infotainment system going, you may find that too pricey, and I wouldn't disagree. If, however, you don't mind giving up a few gadgets and some nicer plastics for a package that's well proven and one that keeps it simple, you'll probably find it pretty reasonable, more so considering that you also get a 10-year warranty on that powertrain, which Mitsubishi has literally built millions of. It's not perfect for every shopper, and I'm primarily a fan of the latest, fanciest thing I can afford, but I can tell you I know a lot of people in my circle that do the exact opposite and stick to what's proven and familiar.
So I'll finish up with my answer to a common question, and that is, what is the best crossover right now? Which one do you buy? The answer is there's no such thing. They each have pros and cons that you'll want to understand to help determine which one is going to be the best for you and your family. So my answer is to get out there and test drive as many of them as you can, and this one should probably be on your list. I'm Justin Pritchard.